Everyone has different stories about their high school life, whether it be prom or, I don't know, fucking slapping each other on the ass in the locker room. Everyone has their different fucking story, and I'm no different. Because I have a story that really sticks out to me in my high school time or career that I remember I get almost nostalgic over. This shit left an impression on me. Okay, to date myself here, this was in 2017. This is my freshman year, and just to give you some reference, this was when fucking Salt Bay and the Sponge Gar meme were the funniest shit anyone had seen in their entire goddamn life. So just imagine me, freshman Fortnite playing ass, walking down the hallway, and a group of guys, one of which I know, all run to the library at once for some reason. So my friend, the one guy I know, he looks me dead in the eyes and he tells me that someone took a shit in the library. So at this moment, I was faced with a clear moral dilemma. Do I make it on time to my algebra class? Or do I go with my friend and take a look at the human feces in the library with a bunch of dudes I barely knew? Naturally, I chose the latter. Because who the fuck wouldn't want to look at a shit in the library when you're like 15 years old? That's like literally the most exciting thing that's going to happen to you. You think I want to do the quadratic equation when some gremlin took a shit in the fucking library? Fuck no. So I follow my friend to the library, naturally, and we're following this one guy at the head of the group. The guy leading us to the shit just knew where it was, like, instinctively. I don't know if he could, like, locate it via scent, like Tanjiro, if you could just like smell in the air. I really don't know.
So we get to the back of the library, and the shit is in a rather precarious location. It's actually situated between the back wall of the library and a stack of chairs that went parallel to it. So it created this narrow corridor between the two that only one man could fit between. So what this meant is that we basically had to take turns looking at the shit. It was like a modern art gallery, but for like dumb 15-year-olds. So eventually it gets to my turn after everyone's had a look at the shit, and I head down the corridor, and
from what I remember, I was kind of disappointed. Like, it wasn't a huge shit, it was just like a normal shit. Like, it wasn't even cool. Like, the shit wasn't even cool.
Like, if he's gonna defuse that bomb in the library, at least make it impressive. Assert your dominance over the library. So anyways, I leave the corridor kind of disappointed that I didn't see the Attack on Titan of shits or anything. But I did have to get back to my class, so I was going to leave the library. But as soon as we got to the entrance, the whole administrative staff of the school sits us down, and they ask us to come to the principal's office. So we were essentially like apprehended as like suspects. So they bring us down to the principal's office and they interrogate us one by one. And when it's my turn to be interrogated, they ask me if I knew the guy, or knew what he looked like, or if I was friends with the guy. And I had no idea who this guy was, obviously. I still don't know. Apparently there was a video of it, but I haven't seen that shit. So I had no idea. So I basically kept saying, no, I don't know who the guy is, and I'm not friends with him. So please let me go. So eventually they do let me go, and they give me a tardy pass for my class because I was obviously late by this time. So I head back to the class, and I realize I'm faced with another problem because when I got back to my class, my teacher asked me in front of the whole class where I was. And I can't really say that I was in the library looking at human feces. I didn't want to sound like an absolute weirdo in front of the entire class. So the situation was lose-lose. So I handed her my tardy slip and told her that I went to the principal's office. And so the entire class thought I got in trouble or some shit. It wasn't that big of a deal for me. Like, I didn't actually get in trouble, but like, it really puts in perspective that the teachers do not get paid enough to deal with this type of smooth brain degen activity. Like, the library staff is not getting paid enough to deal with some smooth brain who took a shit in the library. So if there's a moral to this story, that's definitely it. Teachers do not get paid enough to deal with some of these kids in high school, especially. So anyways, I thought I shared that story, which is on my mind, and I was almost getting nostalgic over remembering looking at that shit. And yeah, if you made it this far, thank you for listening, and subscribe, maybe, pretty please.